When you're very new to the
I'll be back.
game, one thing that can be kind of daunting is how long it takes to uh, earn a new mech. You know, because you have to get the C-bills for it, and you might even need to get more of the premium
You
currency
going?
so that you can afford a new mech bay to put the mech in.
Too welcome.
So one thing I want to do over the next couple of days is to show very different playstyles for a single mech.
We just gotta get within.
This is the Catapult C1, and it was probably the very first mech that I really devoted myself to in this game. You know, so I was trying different ideas with it. Some of them were really awful because I was brand new to the game. But this particular setup is more or less what I settled on at first. Because, you know, it's LRMs, and I knew that I could just sit back and shoot missiles at targets and, you know, not get shot very much. And the weapons were self-guiding, so I didn't even have to have good aim personally. You know, the missiles would just home in on their target.
At 25%.
So it was a very, very lazy and newbie friendly, I guess, kind of way to play, but it gave me some bad habits. So one of the things I want out of this video is if you're going to play a long-range missile boat,
Yeah, sorry guys.
please play similar to how I'm going to play this in this particular video. I'll never claim to be a great player and say that you should, you know, mimic all the things that I do.
Sorry guys, the
But-
desperate.
This is, I think, the way that LRMs ought to be played because I get up there in the front of the
In
team,
case they come this.
and I'm sharing armor. I'm getting my own locks. I never ask people to get locks for me. You know, I get up there and I look at my own target, which also gives my missiles better tracking, by the way, when you have your own locks.
Acquired.
And I have some direct fire weapons, so if someone underruns my missiles, I've still got a way to fight. And I see a lot of games where we'll have missile boats that are just sitting in the back, you know, never sharing armor, never getting their own locks, and then when some light inevitably goes and finds them, they don't have any short-range weaponry, so they cannot fight at all. So you can see I'm already on the front line, I'm taking damage. Mostly getting my own locks. You know, that grasshopper was somebody else's lock. I think I did move up to get the lock myself. And at the range that I'm shooting some of these guys with my lasers, I'm not doing much damage, but I want to at least make sure that I'm kind of tagging them with my lasers. You know, adding that pinpoint damage to what my missiles are doing. Because, you know, missiles are going to spread out, and they have a hard time actually scoring a kill or chopping off any components. If I'm not mistaken, the only kill that I get in this match is actually from my lasers.
Go! Go!
Because you really have to pound somebody with missiles before they'll go down. And I've only got 2 LRM-15s, which is really not very much. I should have more long-range missiles, but I always like to use a light engine instead of an extra light engine, so I can't really fit, you know, larger launchers on this setup.
Oh, it's tough.
But it's kind of okay because, you know, again, the way that I play this, I sort of get in there and brawl with my lasers and stuff, so the missiles aren't the only thing I'm bringing to the table. Here I got a little too far in front.
New target acquired.
Kilo.
You can see I'm kind of torn up already. I don't know if I should have been... Oh, there's my 1 kill for the match. I don't know if I should have been more cautious in how I play. A big part of the problem is this particular map, Terra Therma, is not one that I run across very often. I think a lot of the time the reason that you get this is because people are trying to counter vote. Normally when you're waiting for a match, you know, everyone gets 1 vote on which map they want to go with, and if you if your map is not chosen, then you get a multiplier so that your vote counts for more on, you know, the next round.
Destroyed.
And I kind of think sometimes, you know, just enough people decide they're going to pick the super hot map that most people don't really like, and hope that they get to counter vote, or that they can, you know, farm that multiplier for the next round.
Enemy base is being.
So, like I said, I don't see this map very often, so I'm not really very familiar with it. I just kind of know the very, very basics of it. You know, there's a couple places you just don't want to go because you're going to be in a shooting gallery, basically.
Enter torso. Critical damage.
So that's, you know, part of why I am more beaten up than I think I really should be, just because I don't know the terrain well enough to know where to position myself.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
So the match is just about over. If you look at the top, we've had a Mist Lynx who kind of ran off earlier and has been capturing their base. And so the rest of us are basically serving as a distraction for that one Mist Lynx to do that job.
I'm off a little longer.
And at this point, it's getting down to the wire for both sides, really. You know, we're
gonna hold him back.
kind of doing okay, and then we lose a couple more. You know, we sort of trade back and forth here over the last minute or so.
Target destroyed.
Maybe coming.
But our Mist Lynx just about has it. The only thing is, if the other side even taps him with their guns, then he will stop capturing for a little while. And that's all it would take for them to come in and destroy him.
Sorry.
Good job.
Yeah, learn.
He's gonna get it.
Sorry.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Bye for learn.
We held him off just long enough. The Mist Lynx wins, and so it was kind of nice to have that that sort of weird victory condition, because it's, you know, normally just a fight. You know, you wipe out one team and you win. But so I got one kill. I did some decent damage. You know, 495. Only one component. But again, this was a pretty good illustration of the, I think, best way to play long-range missiles. And in the next couple of videos, I've got some different playstyles for this exact same Catapult C1 for you to check out.